As you know, I'm Greg Aslett. I've been living here in Bellingham for a year now, and before that I moved from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where I lived for 3 years. So that's kind of where I picked up my southern twang. It kind of gives me an accent, but originally I'm from Idaho. And I kind of go wherever my work takes me. I'm an industrial water treater, which means that I treat water. I always have a really hard time describing exactly what it is that I do, but basically I work in a manufacturing plant or heavy industry where they're using water to heat and move things around, and I monitor and adjust the chemistry of the water so that it's not forming any foulants or corroding any of the equipment away, so stuff works more efficiently and the equipment lasts longer. I've been doing this for 8 years now, so I'm starting to become a seasoned water treater. And living in Louisiana is working along the Gulf Coast. It's one of the most concentrated areas for refineries and petrochemical plants. So it's kind of an amazing place where there's so much industry down there. And working there for 3 years, kind of getting used to the place, and an opportunity came up to where I could move to Bellingham, Washington, and kind of asking me about it, like, oh yeah, Greg, you kind of sound like those guys up there. You should go work up there. You might fit right in. Because obviously I didn't talk exactly like they did. When I first arrived and I started talking to people like, man, cuz, where you from, boy? Why you talk like that? I was like, I thought I was talking good TV English, guys. I don't know where you guys talk. So it took me a little while before I could really understand when people were talking to me sometimes. Especially the real Cajun people, like out in the bayou. It gets worse and worse the further you get away from the towns. So I had an opportunity, the decision to make, should I stay in Louisiana and become even more Cajun, or should I move to the Pacific Northwest, where in my opinion it's kind of probably what my ancestors had imagined when they were coming to the new world, what life was going to be like. There's going to be huge mountains with glaciers and an ocean and just everything fantastic. That's kind of what Bellingham is. So kind of like, should I stay in the hot humidity where it's just ridiculously hot in the summer and you walk outside and it's like you just got out of a shower? Or should I come up to the Northwest where it's nice, moderate temperature, it never really freezes, the hottest it gets is 80 degrees. There's no hurricanes here, so down there you get a hurricane, you lose power for like 2 days, and lots of people, everyone knows what to do down there. I didn't really know what to do. Everyone's like, go on home, boy, fill up your bathtub with some water. You're gonna want some water when the power goes out and that water stops going. You're gonna need water, so fill up that bathtub, boy. And fill up your car with some gas. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll go fill up with gas. So there's no hurricanes here. That's another plus for Bellingham. Louisiana also has like the highest concentration of AIDS and murder rates in the country. I don't know if you guys know that, so I don't think Bellingham is all that bad. It's pretty safe. And there's a lot of water down there in the bayous, and they've got flesh-eating bacteria and brain-eating amoebas. I don't know if you guys know about that. It's kind of a big thing. Like if you're out there fishing and you get stuck with a little hook down there in the swamps, you kind of get this bacteria that within a few hours you've got these, like, feels like flames running up your arms, and within a few hours you can lose a limb if you don't go get medical treatment, and in a couple of days you can die. And they have brain-eating amoebas too, which I had never heard of them. I guess they get in your nose when you're swimming, and they work their way up and they eat your brain. It's an amoeba that eats your brain.
Come on.
The mortality rate is 99% if it gets in there. There's like nothing they can do. I guess they saved one girl in Arkansas, and they put her body on ice and froze her and were able to save her. So anyways, it's pretty clear night and day on where to go. So I came here to Bellingham. As soon as I did, I started missing some of the good parts. Like the food is obviously the best food in the world in Louisiana, right? That's why you guys have Bayou on the Bay. So I kind of see that and I'm like, oh man, that place looks legit. They got the fleur-de-lis there in the window, so it must be real Louisiana food. And I go in and they're called boudin balls, what they call them in Louisiana, and they're boudin rounds. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have some boudin balls, please, ma'am. And she's like, some what? Oh, some boudin rounds, and it's like hush puppies. So anyways, the food there is not Louisiana food. If you like it, that's fine, but it's not the real stuff. So you have to go try it someday. And so now you guys know a little bit about me, and I think that's a pretty good first speech, so thanks for listening.